Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. My name is Faisal Al-Alami, and I'm delighted to be moderating this virtual press conference. Today, the General Authority for Military Industries, GAMI, prepares to announce the World Defense Show, a key global event set to join the Defense Show circuit. But before we begin, I would like to bring your attention to the question submission box on your screen below, should you wish to ask any question during the course of the discussion. We will address as many questions as we can towards the end of the session. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our first speaker for today, His Excellency Ahmad Al-Ohali, Governor of the General Authority for Military Industries, the regulator of Saudi Arabia's military industry. Mr. Al-Ohali has been leading GAMI under the esteemed leadership of His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Crown Prince of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Deputy Prime Minister and Chairman of GAMI, and an experienced board of directors. Together with the team, GAMI achieved major milestones in a relatively short period of time, including the launch of the licensing portal for military manufacturing and services, which saw 38 entities get their licenses so far, and launching the Industrial Participation Program, under which we saw Saudi's first industrial participation agreement, localizing the deep maintenance of our Patriot defense system. Previously, Mr. Al-Ohali spent 20 years with Saudi International Petrochemical Company, SIPChem. Under his tenure as Vice Chairman and CEO, he led the kingdom's petrochemical industry transformation, spearheading SIPChem's rise to one of the world's leading petrochemical companies. Mr. Al-Ohali's proven track record establishing a world-leading petrochemicals industry that requires complex supply chains and a skilled labor force makes him the ideal leader to deliver the same for Saudi's defense industry. Your Excellency, the floor is yours to address the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is a pleasure to welcome you today to formally introduce one-of-a-kind defense show from Saudi Arabia to the world. Before we talk about the major milestone in Saudi Arabia journey towards military industrialization, allow me to draw the context of what is the role of GAMI, the General Authority for Military Industries, and what we aim to achieve. GAMI was established in line with the Saudi Arabia Vision 2030 to leverage our defense spending to provide strategic autonomy to the kingdom by localizing 50% of our military expenditure. As the regulator, enabler, and licensor of Saudi Arabia defense industry, we focus on three strategic pillars. First one is industry regulation to promote transparency and encourage investment. Second is acquisition efficiency through consolidating demand and budgets and ensuring localization takes precedent. And finally, research and technology, through which we aim to direct R&D projects toward the priority technologies while developing human capital and the infrastructure for local industry innovation. If I were to summarize the current state of Saudi Arabia defense industry, I would put it in two words: opportunity and partnerships. The opportunity is massive, not only for Saudi Arabia, but for defense industry players globally. We are talking about developing a multi-billion-dollar industry in one of the world's largest economies and one of the G20 countries. And above all, the biggest spender on military equipment per GDP in the world. There has never been a better time to partner with Saudi Arabia. We have a welcoming business environment, solid regulations to govern transparent partnerships and safeguard foreign investments, and significant incentives for partners who share our commitment to industry localization. The defense show we are about to launch is a demonstration of the size of opportunity and the value of partnership. It puts Saudi Arabia at the heart of a more collaborative global defense and security industry. We have a team of experts organizing it, and we trust that it will be a valuable addition to the Global Defense Show circuit. Thank you again for your interest, and look forward to seeing you in Riyadh. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Before we move on to the show's team to discuss it in more detail, I invite you all to watch this video launching the World Defense Show.
This is our world, interconnected and interdependent in every way. You see a threat or an attack in one place can send ripple effects the world over. And so in order to defend our borders and protect our freedom, we have to come together and share our intelligence. But the question is, how do we achieve ultimate defense interoperability? Inspired by Vision 2030, we are introducing the first of its kind, the World Defense Show. A global stage for defense integration. Across land, marine, and aerospace. Out here, we will showcase the latest interoperable defense solutions, integrating land, air, sea, satellite, and security. Securing every potential front line. We'll witness and experience tactical augmented reality, marine technology, satellite security, military robotics, land demonstrations, and air displays, all working in unison. The opportunities will truly be invaluable. Innovations will be adopted. Expertise and knowledge will be shared. Deals will be sealed and announcements revealed. And collective decisions will be made. That's right. The future of global defense starts here. The World Defense Show, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, 6th through 9th of March, 2022.
Esteemed attendees, I hope you've enjoyed the show's launch video. I would now like to welcome the CEO of the World Defense Show, Mr. Shaun Ormrod. Bringing to Saudi Arabia his unique, extensive industry trade show expertise, both he and his team of international trade show specialists have seen how the defense show circuit has evolved. And through this one-of-a-kind event, they're introducing the next generation of industry shows. I will now hand over to Mr. Ormrod.
Welcome to today's announcement. In my 20 years of trade show experience, I have seen the industry evolve to welcome new and improved areas of defence. The number of advancing technologies has dramatically increased the variety of defence systems available in today's market. The real challenge for decision makers now lies in ensuring these systems work in harmony with one another. This is why we've placed interoperability as a central concept for the World Defence Show. With that in sight, it gives me great pleasure to introduce a fully integrated defence show that will showcase the latest in interoperable solutions. We've brought together a highly specialised core team with decades of experience in designing and launching events on an international platform, providing the shop window for professionals from around the globe to meet, share knowledge and partner. Focusing on innovation, future tech and interactivity, the show will provide a unique experience for the industry across air, land, sea, satellite and security systems, changing the way global leaders and decision makers approach defence capabilities. During the trade days, there'll be a number of thought leadership seminars and briefings running in the exhibition halls, focusing on the latest trends and insights, as well as looking at what defence will be in the future. We know networking and meeting the right people is the most important thing to the industry, and we intend to put this at the very heart of the show. With this in mind, we'll be running a world-class military delegation programme and a Meet the Buyer networking event. All these will ensure the defence supply chain and primes to SMEs are meeting the right people at the show. The show's venue will feature live and virtual AI demonstrations of interoperability across all defence domains in one location on an unparalleled scale, showcasing true interoperability at the greatest level. To be held in the Kingdom's capital, Riyadh, the venue will be equipped to showcase land demonstrations, military air displays, and a comprehensive trade exhibition. Saudi Arabia's growing commercial and industrial infrastructure offers unique logistical opportunities to showcase the latest defence technologies and equipment working cohesively in action. In addition to catering for global trends and interoperable solutions for future challenges in the defence industry, the World Defence Show will bring together industry startups, venture capital, finance houses, and investment funds ready to invest in up-and-coming talent, promoting the growth of tech defence players while offering participants the opportunity to showcase their individual for the future of defence. As we work towards delivering the highest quality meeting environment for international C-level decision makers, I'd like to thank GAMI and Saudi Arabia's leadership for the opportunity to be part of this world-class project. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is a key market for the sector, opening opportunities every day for partnership, growth and collaboration across all areas of defence. Through the World Defence Show, we look forward to demonstrating why Saudi Arabia is so important for the industry's future. The World Defence Show is scheduled to take place biannually, starting from the 6th to the 9th of March 2022, hosting international representatives of government and leading industry shapers. My colleagues and I look forward to sharing more information in the coming months and welcoming you to Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Mr. Ormrod. I want to thank those that have sent their questions through. Over the next 20 minutes, His Excellency and Mr. Ormrod will answer as many questions as possible. We apologize in advance if our speakers do not respond to your question due to time constraints. We welcome any further questions on info@worlddefenseshow.com. And now for our first question for Mr. Shaun from Alan Peaford from Arabian Aerospace. With so many events involving defense industry, IDEX, Dubai Air Show, military shows in Bahrain, Jordan, and Egypt, what do you think is different enough to bring in international participation?
Well, thanks for your question, Alan. Much appreciated. And I think, you know, what you just said demonstrates the growth, the vibrancy of this particular marketplace in the region. And where could there be a better place to hold an international event than right in the centre? Saudi Arabia is at the centre of 3 continents. It's where East can meet West. So it's a great opportunity for us moving forward. And of course, let's not forget, Saudi Arabia itself is one of the largest defence markets available. One of the largest markets available for our industries. And this will be full-scale access, all opportunities available for access to Saudi military entities. So there's plenty of good reasons to start this event now. I hope that answers your question.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Shaun, and thank you, Mr. Alan Peaford from Arabian Aerospace. The next question is also for Mr. Shaun from Alan Warrens of Arabian Aerospace. Will World Defence Show be a rival to the Saudi International Air Show? And why have you decided to launch the event now?
Well, obviously, if I can, I'll take the questions the other way around. Why are we launching the event now? Well, we're launching it now because obviously we're working in an international market, which works on a 2-year cycle. And so having looked at the international calendar with my colleagues and His Excellency, we identified that the appropriate window for this event was in the first quarter of 2022. March the 6th to March the 9th. So to launch it now, which is almost 2 years, 20 months to go, is an appropriate time frame for industry to get itself together and be prepared for this new event. In regards to whether it conflicts with other events, and in particular the Saudi Air Show, these two shows are entirely different and deconflicted. This is a defence show. My understanding is the Saudi Air Show is just that, it's a commercial air show. Hope that answers the question.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Shaun. And thank you, Mr. Alan Warrens from Arabian Aerospace. Next question is from Jonathan for Your Excellency. What are you hoping to achieve by holding such a prestigious event? And why is it so important?
Definitely, this is a very key milestone for Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a large economy, and it's one of the largest in spending in defense. And we believe it's a place where it's very keen now to expand its defense business. It's very important for Saudi Arabia to localize industry in defense, as putting our 2030 vision. We believe Saudi Arabia now is very equipped with a very good business environment to accommodate the platform in defense. And we are in the middle of a very large supply chain in the continent. And that's what we believe is a very successful event.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And thank you for Jonathan for his question. Next question is also for Your Excellency from Elaine. Elaine asks, what does the future of the defense industry look like for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia?
I believe that the future of the industry, or defense industry, Saudi Arabia is very promising. It's a very aspiring environment in Saudi Arabia. We are a very large spender. We believe we should, working with our partners and friends throughout the globe, to transfer technology and transfer production, empower the local national to work with these factories, as well as provide economy into our defense industry.
Excellent. Thank you, Your Excellency. Next question is from Jonathan, who asks, how is the defense industry evolving, and how important is the industry to the kingdom?
The industry in Saudi Arabia is very important. We are one of the top 3 spenders in the defense equipment in Saudi Arabia, and we are producing only 7% of our requirements. Our target is to go up into localization of local technology and manufacturing in Saudi Arabia. It's a very strategical decision. It's very important for our economy, and it's important for our industry.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Next question is also for you, Your Excellency, from Robert, who asks, why is an event like this so important for Saudi Arabia?
I think it's very important, as I mentioned, because we are in an area where we are empowered to secure our nation, secure our borders, empower our people to be a major player in the industry, use the relationship we have globally to the huge industry. Saudi Arabia has been very successful in establishing a wide range of industry, the oil and other industry. Defense is no difference, and we believe we have to establish that spirit.
Excellent. Thank you, Your Excellency. Next, we have a question from Arabian Business, also for Your Excellency, from Andy, who asks, hi there. Thank you for an excellent show. How important is the event for forging international collaborations?
This is a very good question also. I think, as I mentioned, we have an excellent business environment that both the local industry and our partners, the global industry, also can benefit from a very good, sound business and easy to do a business in Saudi Arabia with the transparency and with the amount of incentive that we're providing to the local industry and the local joint ventures. I think it's a win-win situation that we believe both our international partners and the local industry will be benefiting from.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We are going through the log, and the questions are coming in as we speak. We'll just take this opportunity to remind you that if you have any questions that you would like to ask, please utilize the question submission box on your screens below. We look forward to answering as many questions as possible during the course of this Q&A session. We have a question now from Arabian Business for His Excellency, from Andy, who asks, please tell us about how the defense industry is changing and evolving. What does the future look like?
Are you sure? سويتوا فينا انتم سويتوا فينا.
Your Excellency, would you like me to repeat the question?
Yes, please. I got disconnected somehow.
Yes, so we have a question from Arabian Business. Andy asks, please tell us about how the defense industry is changing and evolving. What does the future look like?
Definitely, I think the technology involvement throughout the globe and in the industry is massive, and it has a strong reflection in the defense industry as well. And that's one of the reasons I believe we are establishing this massive platform in Saudi Arabia for the World Defense Show to bring everybody under one umbrella and have the opportunity for exchange of technology. And we hope that will lead to a transfer of that technology into Saudi Arabia, including the defense industry. We believe the old style defense equipment is going to continue, but I think more important now is the advanced technology that is evolving, and we want to capture as much as we can in Saudi Arabia, building on our relationship and building also in our purchasing power.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Your Excellency. Now, we are in the process of fielding in more questions. Let's take this opportunity now to remind our esteemed guests and attendees to please visit www.worlddefenseshow.com for more information on any and all upcoming developments in relation to the World Defense Show. So now we have a question for His Excellency from Alan Warnes of Arabian Aerospace, who asks, what role is GAMI playing in the organization of the World Defense Show?
GAMI is, let's say, the father or the founder of the World Defense Show. We've been mandated by His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed, Crown Prince, and the chairman of GAMI, to organize such an event as part of GAMI mission to achieve 50% localization in Saudi Arabia, increase the efficiency of purchasing. So GAMI has established the WDS, the mandate. We put on board a very expert organization led by Mr. Shaun and his team. Team from GAMI is supporting that also. So GAMI will be the sponsor, the leader, and the organizer of the WDS. And we believe it's going to emerge in future events also to be a standalone an organization.
Thank you for that, Your Excellency. Next question is from Murdo Morrison of Flight Global. This is a question for Mr. Shaun, and the question is, I appreciate the show is still 20 months away, but what sort of commitments have you secured from major aerospace OEMs and systems suppliers?
Hello, Murdo. Good to speak to you again. And yeah, we're 20 months away, and obviously we've been in contact and talking to all of the key OEMs for some time now, so that they can understand the environment in which we are putting this together. And obviously we've been very much waiting for the opportunity today to launch this officially, so that we can start having proper engaged discussions about what comes next. Obviously, the main sales drive initiative will start with the team in September of this year. And from that point of view, watch this space.
Thank you, Mr. Shaun, for that answer. And thank you, Mr. Murdo Morrison of Flight Global for your question. Again, we would like to take this opportunity to remind all of our esteemed guests and attendees of this conference to please visit www.worlddefenseshow.com and stay tuned for more information and developments in the coming weeks and months. Next, we have a question from Singapore Technologies Engineering for His Excellency. And the question is, a question for His Excellency Ahmad Al-Ohali, Governor of GAMI. How much progress has been achieved in terms of localization of the defense industry in the kingdom thus far? And how do you think the World Defense Show can play a role in promoting localization efforts?
We are at the early stages now of in the journey of localizing minimum 50% of our industry in Saudi Arabia. We are now at about 7 to 8%, and we have specific annual targets with specific platforms. I think the journey is very challenging the next 10 years, but I believe we have the full support from the leadership in Saudi Arabia, and we have also a lot of good relationship with partners both in kingdom and out of kingdom that we believe will strongly support our journey for localization. It's not going to be easy. As I said, it's challenging, but we have all the confidence that we will be achieving that. WDS is one of the enabler and I would say tools that we believe is going to help in the localization, bringing everybody under one tent, under one umbrella, opening up the floor for relationship, transfer of technology, transfer of production, utilizing the strength, the economic strength and purchasing power of Saudi Arabia during this period. We strongly believe there will be an opportunity for multi-billion-dollar transactions. Equally important, there will be opportunities that the local industry, the SMEs, will be at the front stage meeting with the major players in the globe, and that by itself is going to lead to an excel localization.
Yeah, and if I can just echo what His Excellency said, obviously we've had 20 years of experience of building international platforms, putting shop windows in areas where there's an opportunity for the international businesses and supply chain to meet local industry. And we've plenty of evidence that when we develop these events, those opportunities come about through delegation programs, through meet the buyer opportunities. It's really about putting a name to a face and giving them a forum where they can have excellent meetings in order to be able to develop those partnerships and relationships.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you, Mr. Shaun, for further elaborating. We have a second question, actually, from Singapore Technologies Engineering. It is a question also for His Excellency. Your Excellency, the question is, how well has the progress been for the effort to increase? No, and the next question is from Sami. It is asked by Mr. John, and it is for Your Excellency. Do you see this show competing with other regional shows such as IDEX or Dubai Air Show or even other international shows? How will the World Defense Show differentiate itself?
I think this is a good question. We believe WDS is going to complement regional shows as well as international shows. I believe, in particular, this region in the GCC, it's one of the, strong economical region in the globe, in general and in particular in defense industry. We believe there is a very strong association and alignment on our political, I would say, will. We strongly believe it's not as a quote unquote a competition as much as a complement to that area. Definitely there will be some competition part in terms of the participation and attendance and so forth, but we have ensured that the timing wise is accommodating that. Furthermore, we believe the WDS is a unique and its advantages to others in terms of putting together all the platforms in the defense, security, and technology in live shows, virtual shows, and that's a unique, it's one of a kind in the globe.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you for Sami for asking that question. Again, we would like to take this opportunity to remind all of our esteemed guests and attendees to please utilize the question submission box on your screens below. Should you have any questions, either to our Excellency, Mr. Al-Ohali, or the CEO of the World Defense Show, Mr. Shaun Ormrod, and we would be thrilled to address that question. We would also like to remind you to please feel free to visit us on www.worlddefenseshow.com, as well as our accounts on various social media platforms. Right, so it looks like we have one last and final question. That's unfortunately all the time we have for today. It is a question from AEC for Shaun. Apologies, a question for Your Excellency from AEC. And the question is, have you finalized the show layout? Sorry. Right. The question actually is for Mr. Shaun from AEC. And the question is, have you finalized the show layout and participation plots and sponsorship? This question particularly is from Mr. Abdulaziz Al-Da'ilij, the CEO of AEC.
Yeah, thanks for the question. The answer very directly is no, we haven't. The one great thing about launching a new event is that you do get the opportunity to work from a blank sheet of paper. We are currently reviewing two very exciting sites in Riyadh, and we'll be putting proposals to the steering committee to make an approval in the coming few weeks. And we hope as a result of that we'll be able to make an announcement of the actual venue in September, the 1st of September, along with the sales drive. What I can say though is that the the venue that we choose will be designed and developed to be able to show live demonstrations, both in air displays and land demonstrations. There'll be a range of seminars and conferences on the exhibition floor during the day. It will, of course, include a lot of hospitality opportunities as well. And we've got the excellent opportunity to actually, for once, design a venue that will be able to meet exactly the needs of our customers as we know them. And of course, in talking to them, we're able to get direct feedback from them. And we can literally then design that into the final floor layout. So again, we're not quite there yet, and we're happy with that. But come September, we're in a position to be able to unveil these plans along with the actual venue itself. And we very much hope that our customers will be pleased with what they see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we once again thank you for your time and interest in Saudi Arabia's defense industry. To stay up to date on all World Defense Show developments, subscribe to the newsletter on www.worlddefenseshow.com and follow the show on Twitter and LinkedIn. Thank you once again for joining, and please have a wonderful day.